All right. Hello, everyone. This is Emma. Thank you so much for joining me for another YouTube class. Let's go ahead and get started in a standing forward fold today. So come towards the top third-ish of your mat. Bend your knees quite a bit. Let your head hang heavy. Feel free to put your hands on blocks if you have them, or just let the arms hang heavy. Go ahead and bend your knees quite a bit. Let's take a big inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Let go of any stress, tension, anything you're holding on to. Bring your awareness within the four corners of your mat. Maybe for the first time today, bringing your focus onto your breath. Where can you expand your breath a little bit more? Maybe into the back of the lungs. Notice if you're holding on to any of the air when you exhale. Try to empty out your lungs completely, entirely. And then try to slow that breath down. Take a few moments here, just really getting acquainted with the inhales and the exhales, noticing any subtle shifts or change you feel just by focusing on your breath. You might start to add a gentle sway side to side. If you like to grab the elbows, go ahead and do that. And gradually feel your hamstrings kind of loosening up, giving into the stretch. And then if you've got the elbows, switch it out. Relax your jaw. Maybe add a little bounce or a bob up and down. Go ahead and release the arms. Walk your fingers a little bit further forward, probably in front of your mat. I want you to bend your knees a lot, like you're gonna sit or rest your ribs on your thighs. Sit your butt close to the ground and then lift your hips. We're gonna do that a few times just to wake up the hamstrings. So again, bend the knees a lot, rest your ribs on your thighs. You can kind of look forward between the thumbs and then straighten the legs. Do that 2 more times. Bend deep and straighten. 1 more, bend your knees and straighten. Let's step back to a plank pose, stacking your shoulders over your wrists. Dome your upper back, protract your shoulders, gaze between your thumbs, scoop your hip points forward and your tailbone back. Start to seal your lips, transfer your breath in and out through your nose. Last 2. And 1, drop down to your knees, tops of the feet down. Let's bring the hands up to the low back into a very gentle camel pose. Lift your chest, push your hips forward, open the front of your body. Take an inhale. As you exhale, child's pose. You can just keep your knees where they are, stretch your arms forward. Resting the ribs on or between your thighs, grab the mat, kind of slide yourself all the way through to cobra pose. Lifting your chest, wiggle your shoulders, your hips side to side if that feels good. From here, I want you to tuck your toes, push your hips back towards your heels, and then pop your knees up off the ground. So kind of like a active child's pose, a really low bear pose. From here, I want you to lift your hips up, keep your knees bent so you're in a bear pose. Then we're gonna roll ourselves forward to plank. Again, stacking shoulders over the wrists. Drop your knees. This time, let's keep the toes tucked. As you stand up, I want you to bring your right hand to your right heel, reach your left arm up for a 1-arm camel pose. Keep pushing your hips forward. I like to look back at that right heel. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we'll go left hand to left heel. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Inhale. And exhale, we'll go both hands down. Begin to push your hips back into that kind of very low bear pose or active child's pose. Then lift your hips, bear pose, roll forward to plank. Drop down to your knees once again, right hand to right heel, push hips forward, reach your left arm up. Left hand to left heel, reach your right arm up. Push your hips forward, inhale. And exhale, both hands to the mat. Sink your hips back towards your heels, pop your knees up off the ground, lift your hips and roll forward to plank. We'll do that one more time. Drop your knees, right hand to right heel, reach your left arm up, push your hips forward, and switch. Left hand to left heel, push your hips forward, reach your right arm up. Lower both hands to the ground, lift your hips, push them back towards your heels, and then lift your hips all the way to the sky. This time, drop your heels to the ground into downward facing dog. So hopefully you're already feeling like you got a stretch on the bottoms of your feet, kind of warmed up the spine just a tad. From here, you can take any other movement you like, pedaling the legs, swaying your hips side to side, or maybe kind of just bouncing into the shoulders. However, once we find a downward facing dog, we don't want to be dumping into the shoulders. So try not to push your chest back towards your ankles. You actually want to feel some length through your sides, like you're hollowing your armpits. You almost feel the sternum pull slightly forward towards the front of the mat. So kind of the opposite of pushing your chest back. That will ensure you're not dumping into the shoulders or the low back. You're not arching your spine, but it is neutral. Let's lift the heels up, squeeze your calf muscles, tippy toes, walk all the way up to the front of your mat. Let's bring the feet to touch when we get there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise, reach all the way up. As you exhale, open your arms and twist to the right. Try to keep pushing your right hip crease forward. So you want to feel the inner thighs roll together, reach your hands away from each other. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, twist open to the left. So you're going to push the left hip a little bit forward, roll some weight to the inner edges of the feet. Inhale, reach both arms up. Feel free to lean back. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, breath, lift up halfway. Step back with your right foot and drop your right knee. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale again, take a twist to the left. Right hand on your left knee, left arm reaching back. Press down with the top of your right foot. Inhale, reach both arms up, lean back a little bit if that feels okay. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to plank pose. Shift your shoulders past your wrists and drop your knees. Lower your chest and chin to the ground and send your elbows back. Inhale, cobra pose, spread your collarbones. Firm your legs. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Lifting your hips up and back. Take an inhale. Complete exhale through your nose. Lift your right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Drop your back knee and reach both arms up. As you exhale, it's cactus, bend the arms, open your chest, lean back a bit. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left foot up to meet your right foot, forward fold. Inhale, breath, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, open arms, twist to the right. Push your right hip forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, reach up, lean back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back with your left foot and drop your left knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open arms, twist to the right. Right arm reaching back, press down with the top of your left foot. Inhale, reach both arms up, lean back if that feels good. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. Shift forward and drop your knees. Lower your chest and chin to the ground. Inhale, cobra pose. Broaden your collarbones. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Take a full breath in. Complete breath out. Lift your left leg up. Step your left foot forward. Drop your back knee. Reach both arms up, low lunge. Cactus, bend your arms. Open your chest. Keep sinking your hips forward without dumping into your low back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands down. Right foot meets left foot. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Inhale, rise. Reach both arms up. Cactus, bend your arms and curl back here. Make a bind behind your back. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, bend your knees. Crawl your ribs down your thighs and fold over your legs. Let your head be totally heavy. Relax your neck. As you breathe in, pull your sternum slightly forward. Exhale, fold. Maybe the thigh bone's pushing back. Release your bind and bend your knees. Sit back to chair pose. Reach both arms up. Inhale. Exhale, twist open to your right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Step your right foot back and drop your right knee. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Left arm reach back. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, half splits. Pause there. Flex your left toes. Keep your right hand down. Reach your left arm up. Twist. Great time for a block if you've got one. See if you can look up at your left thumb. Left hand down, we'll shift forward, tuck your back toes, step back to plank. With or without your knees, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, bend your knee, stack your hip. Pause there for 3. Hug your heel to your butt, 2. And 1. Step your right foot forward. Keep your back knee lifted this time and come up to a high lunge crescent warrior. Take an inhale. As you exhale, cactus your arms and tap your right knee to the ground. Keep your back toes tucked and curl back a bit like you have light dumbbells in your hands. Inhale, reach back up, lift your left knee. Exhale, fingertips to the mat. Step your left foot to meet your right foot. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Bend your knees, chair pose, inhale. Exhale, twist to the right, open arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Left foot step back, drop your knee. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, half splits. Frame your right leg, flex your toes. We'll keep the left hand down, reach your right arm up. Pull your right hip crease back. Level your pelvis, maybe look up at that right hand. Right hand down, shift forward, step back to plank. Inhale, shift, exhale, lower, chaturanga with or without your knees. Back bend of your choice. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up, bend your knee, stack your hips. Pause there, hold, 3. Hug your heel to your butt, 2. And 1. Step your left foot forward. This time come up, high lunge, crescent warrior. Take an inhale. As you exhale, tap your back knee to the ground, cactus, bend your arms and lean back a bit. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fingertips. Right foot meets left foot, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, come all the way up to stand. Reach both arms up. From here, let's take the right arm underneath the left arm, bend your knees, and wrap your right leg over top your left leg. You can put the toes down as a kickstand, or you can wrap your toes behind your left calf. Take an inhale. As you exhale, drop your elbows to your top knee. Keep your arms and unravel your legs so you're in an eagle 3. Roll your outer right hip down. Step your right foot back and drop your knee. Keep your eagle arms as you inhale, lift your elbows. As you exhale, release your arms and take a twist. Right hand to the left knee. Reach your left arm back. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, half split with a twist. Right hand down, left arm reach up. From here, I want you to bend into your left knee, bump your left hand forward and find half moon pose. Shifting the weight into your left leg, flexing your right foot. Keep your gaze down for stability. Take an inhale. As you exhale, take a long step back with your right foot. Find warrior 2 on the left side. Feel free to shuffle your feet, adjust them as needed. Keep pushing your left knee out to the left. Take a breath in, reverse warrior. On your exhale, plant your hands and step back, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Come up to a high lunge, crescent warrior. Exhale, cactus your arms and tap your left knee to the ground. Curl back, open your chest. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hinge and sweep your arms back. Make a bind behind your back. Think about gluing your right ribs to your right thigh. Begin to tip your weight forward and fly your left leg up behind you for toppling tree pose. Roll your outer left hip down, twist a little to the right. Then we'll step the left foot next to the right foot, forward fold. Feel free to grab your ankles. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach all the way up. Take your left arm underneath your right arm and your left leg over top your right leg, eagle pose. Feel free to put the toes down or wrap them behind your calf. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, drop your elbows to your top knee. Keep your arms, unravel your legs so you're in an eagle 3. Roll your outer left hip down. Slowly start to bend your right knee, long step back with the left foot. Drop your knee, keep the eagle arms, lift your elbows. Inhale. Exhale, release the arms and twist. Left hand on the right knee, right arm reach back. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, half split with a twist. Left hand down, right arm going up. From here, look forward, bend into your right knee. We'll bump that right hand forward and open up to a half moon pose. Keep your gaze down, squeeze your glutes together to help externally rotate your hips. Try not to let the right toes change direction. Start to bend your right knee and take a step back to warrior 2. One breath, reverse. Exhale, windmill your hands and step back, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, back, down dog. Lift your left leg up. Step your left foot forward. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise. Exhale, cactus arms, tap your back knee and curl back. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hinge and sweep your arms. Make a bind opposite. Begin to glue your left ribs to your left thigh. Tip your weight forward for toppling tree pose, kicking your right leg up behind you. So it's like standing splits with a bind. Take an inhale. Exhale, right foot meets left foot. Feel free to grab your ankles. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's go knees wide, malasana. If that doesn't feel good, feel free to grab a yogi squat. If you're going malasana, the feet stay together, big toes in the heels. Walk your hands forward, or maybe walk your hands back and grab your ankles. 3, 2. Let's go forearms to the mat. Step back to forearm plank. Stack your shoulders over your elbows. Again, scoop the tailbone towards the heels, pull your hip points a little forward. I like to gaze just in front of the thumbs for 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips down. From here, let's go ahead and take the left forearm across the mat, bend your right knee and reach your right hand back for your right foot. Pull your heel into your butt for a moment for a quad stretch. And then you can grab the inner foot and kick back for a little bit more of a shoulder stretch. Try to square your chest towards the front, press down with the top of your left foot. We'll release and switch. Right forearm across the mat, left hand reach back to grab the left foot, pull in for a moment, quad stretch. The more you focus on pushing your hip points and your pubic bone down, the deeper the stretch you'll get. Then you'll grab the inner foot and kick back, kind of like a dancer pose, but you're trying to square your chest towards the front. And release. Plant your palms in line with your ribs. Inhale, come up, cobra or upward facing dog. And then we'll take this back to downward facing dog. Big inhale. And release, exhale. Bring your thumbs to touch and step your right foot outside of your right hand into lizard pose. Feel free to bend and straighten your legs a few times or drop down to the forearms here. Drop your left knee to the ground. We're gonna kind of come up to like a one leg, almost camel pose. So we're going to bring your hands to your waist, keep your right leg out in front of you. And you might wiggle your right foot a little bit further forward even. You can flex the foot. I like to try to get the toes down. Now from here, the more accessible version of this pose would be the left hand for the left heel, and that's still pretty challenging, reaching the right arm up. So similar to that one arm camel pose that we did in the beginning. If you'd like to try that revolved, it will be the right hand for the left heel. Keep pushing your hips forward, the left arm reaching up. Either way, your palm is turned back behind you. You're pushing your hips forward. Breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. We'll go both hands inside the right foot, crooked monkey pose. Right toes turned out, right hand to the thigh, or reaching back for the left foot. You can again pull the heel in towards the butt, quad stretch, or kick it back, chest opener. All right, begin to wiggle that right foot in. Let's find a pyramid pose, shortening your stance and folding over your right leg. Feel the right hip pull back, so you lengthen the right side body. The hands can walk forward or backwards. Think about lengthening the sides, lengthening the spine instead of rounding. From here, we're going into a Shiva squat with the hands on the ground. Shift your weight forward, fingertips down, left knee to the right calf. From here, reach your right hand back for your left foot. So kind of that same revolved action. We're gonna work to stand up into a revolved dancer pose. So it's easier to stand up first, then start to kick back into your hand, versus kicking back into a revolved full moon, which we often do in my classes. Then coming up is more challenging. Breathe here for 3. It's the same stretch on that left hip flexor. 2. And 1. Dive your left hand to the ground, right hand to the ground, crisscross your ankles, left foot behind, right foot fold. Walk your hands over to the right side for an IT band stretch. We'll walk the hands to the left, pivot on the feet until you're all the way facing the back of your mat, feet are hip width. Grab your big toes with your peace sign fingers, lengthen your spine on your inhale and fold on your exhale. Breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. Halfway lift, exhale, fold, release. Walk your hands out, optional vinyasa, or just meet in a down dog. When you eventually do get to down dog, you'll bring those thumbs to touch again. That helps so you can step your left foot outside of your left hand into lizard pose. You can make this kind of a active by moving around a little bit, bending and straightening. You can always drop down to the forearms as well. Try not to drop your head, keep your spine, your neck nice and long. Drop your right knee to the ground behind you. We're going to shift our right hip back over our right knee, straightening the left leg, bring your hands to your waist. I find that having that wider base that we have in lizard is pretty helpful here. So for the more accessible but still challenging option, the right hand will reach back for the right heel, the left arm goes up. It's kind of a one arm extended camel pose. Or for the revolved option, the left hand will reach for the right heel, and then you'll reach your right arm up. Keep pushing that right hip forward. Your right palm is facing back behind you. Breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. Cartwheel your hands inside your left foot. Turn your left toes out for crooked monkey pose. Left hand for the right foot or left hand to the inner thigh. Release the back foot if you've got it. Wiggle your left foot in and find pyramid pose. Shortening up your stance, folding over your left leg. Press the ball of your left foot down. Try to feel length through both sides, left and right. So the right side naturally has some length, but the left side tends to get bunched up here if you swing your hips to the left. Look in front of your mat, Shiva squat with both hands down, right knee to the left calf. So I want you to try to grab the foot while you're down. So left hand reaching for the right foot, but you're not trying to kick back just yet. So you're kind of just hanging onto the foot as you rise to stand on your left leg. Once you stand up, then that's when you'll begin to kick back and reach your right arm forward for revolved dancer pose. So you can get in from that revolved full moon pose, it's just a little bit trickier. Plug your right upper arm bone back for 3, 2, dive right hand, left hand to the ground, step your right foot behind your left foot, cross your ankles, walk your hands over to the left. Walk your hands to the right, pivot on your feet until you're facing the front of your mat. Feet are hip width. Slide your hands underneath your feet, toes to the wrist crease. Lengthen on your inhale and fold on your exhale. Imagine you're trying to slide your hands out from underneath you. Lift your shoulder blades away from your ears. Firm your quadriceps and tone your belly for 3, 2, one more breath. And release. Remove your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk yourself all the way out. Let's take it down onto our bellies. Many times we do our finishing back bends on our back. We're gonna stay on our stomachs in a prone position today. I want you to take your arms back by your side, palms down. On your next inhale, lift your chest and your arms, reach your fingers towards the back of your mat. Keep the toenails down for now, focus on the lift of your chest. Maybe even crawl the ribs a little further forward. Then let's go ahead and lift the legs up. Push your pubic bone down, focus more on the legs being straight than seeing how high you can lift them. Pull your chin towards your throat for 3, 2, 1. Release. Left ear to the ground, arms by your side. Breathe deeply. Forehead to the ground. This time you can do the same thing, palms down, or make a bind behind your back. Bring your legs together. Baddha Hasta Shalabhasana, so bound hands, locust pose. When you're ready, lift your chest, work your knuckles away from you, and then lift your legs as well. Think about squeezing inner thighs towards each other. Again, it's not about how high the legs lift. Think toes back. Breathe. 3, 2, one more breath. Release. Right ear to the ground, arms by your side. Breathe deeply. We'll do one more. You can do Baddha Hasta Shalabhasana again, or Dhanurasana bow pose. Reach back, grab your feet or ankles, squeeze an imaginary block between your knees. That cue is just meant so that you don't splay the knees out super wide. When you're ready, begin to kick back and up. You can point or flex the feet. I like to flex whenever you feel stronger, whatever feels better. Gaze wherever is comfortable. I like directly forward. Breathe here for 3. Keep the inner thighs hugging towards each other. 2. And 1. Release, and then just flop over onto your back. So you're lying flat on your back. Whew. Let's go ahead and hug the knees in. Rock gently side to side. Happy baby pose. Grab your feet or ankles. Pull your tailbone down. Little tuck of your chin. Release that, just hug the right knee into the chest, extend your left leg long, pull the right knee a little bit down towards the armpit, maybe even out to the side, stretch inner thigh, and then guide the right knee across the body, supine twist. If you prefer to grab the outer edge of the foot, you could do that. You can also bend the bottom knee, take your right hand and reach for your inner left foot for a little bit more of a quad stretch on that left leg. Try to look back over to the right, like the right ear is sinking to the ground. If you've got the bottom foot, let that go. Unwind onto your back. Hug both knees in. And keep your left leg in, extend your right leg long. Pull the left knee a little bit down towards the armpit, maybe out to the side. Stretch your inner thigh. Keep both shoulder blades heavy. Then guide your left knee over to the right. If you prefer, you can grab the outer edge of the foot with the leg straight. You can also bend the right knee, reach your left hand down for the inner foot to feel more of a quad stretch. And then gaze off to the left so that you're twisting your entire spine. Release your right foot if you've got it, unwind onto your back. Hug your knees in and take any final pose or stretch you would like here. If and when you're ready, extend your legs out for shavasana. So make any adjustments you need to get there. Let the palms face up by your sides. I like to kind of wiggle the shoulder blades under so that the chest can feel more open. We spend all day, or most of us, kind of rounded or hunched over something, a phone, a desk, a steering wheel, a book, really anything we do, it seems we're kind of like hunched over. So you could even take like a supported fish pose with some blocks and a bolster, opening your chest a little more. Otherwise, I just want you to focus on the expansion of your heart space. We did quite a bit of back bending today. Back bends are great for energy, for keeping your spine healthy and strong. Release effort from your physical and energetic body. Take a breath in. Exhale, let go, shavasana. Take a deep, full breath in. Empty your lungs. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take your head side to side. Eventually, when you feel ready, stretch those arms overhead, point your toes, find some length. Hug your knees in and then roll to your right or left side as a way to come up to a seated position. We'll eventually meet there, eyes closed, hopefully feeling a little bit more energy, motivation, inspiration for the remainder of your day. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a full breath in. Exhale. Thank you so much for choosing to practice with me. From my heart to yours, namaste. I hope you enjoyed this heart-opening practice with some different sequencing and transitions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like, subscribe button if you haven't already. If you would like to work with me, whether coming to a retreat or private lessons, I do those virtually or in person. You can find all of that information below. I also have a donation link if you'd like to help support my YouTube channel. Donations are never expected, but always appreciated. So thank you so much, and I will see you back next week.